Is motor racing dangerous?
No, absolutely not.
I feel safe when I'm on the racetrack.
I really do.
I know that I'm surrounded by the best drivers in the world.
That's something you can't say when you're on the interstate.
Adrenaline, speed, thrill, competition and muscle machines would be mere words had man not dreamt to push the limits of what seemed possible. For over 3 decades, JK Tyre has shaped motorsports in India and put the country on the motor racing map of the world. JK Tyre was a prime supporter of India's only international event ever to run over a decade, the Himalayan Rally. In the 90s, they formed their own rally team, and Team JK Tyre went on to become a 7-time Indian National Rally Champion and the first ever Asian Zone Champion. In an effort to take the sport to the masses, the first step towards this was the launch of the JK Tyre karting program in 1997. It patronized tracks in 7 cities across India and thereafter developed it into a 4-stroke national karting series in 2000 with the explicit objective of infusing young talent into the sport. That led to the youth dreaming fast.
Way back, JK Tyre decided to support motorsport on 2 considerations. The first, of course, motorsport was a perfect natural fit for tyres as a brand platform. It helps realize the power of our brand and demonstrate our product superiority. In fact, motorsport provides us high-quality feedback about our products, which in turn helps our ongoing R&D at JK Tyre. Secondly, we realized that Indian youth, though had a lot of interest in motorsport, but there was no platform for structure to groom their talent domestically. We therefore decided to provide them infrastructure which will help them to prepare themselves for the motorsport not only in India but in the international arena. Our aim was to put Indian motorsport on the world map of sport. With this vision, we synergized the 2 objectives and created a clear roadmap, a long-term vision and a commitment which we have demonstrated with enviable results over the past 25 years.
JK Tyre packaged and redesigned motorsport and not only made it affordable but also at par with international standards. The company invested in multiple grassroots karting and racing programs and today has become a name that is synonymous with all forms of motorsports in the country. JK Tyre also runs India's first and only motorsport academy in partnership with Miko Motorsports that is managed by Akbar Ebrahim, India's first ever Formula car driver and a trained racing coach.
The partnership with Miko Motorsports and JK Tyre started a long time back. I think in the early 90s. This is actually when I was sponsored by JK Tyres when I was racing. Post my racing career, we then took a joint decision that we need to first start an academy to develop the skill levels of youngsters, to give them the exposure, to give them the knowledge and to develop their physical fitness. As a whole program, a structured program was created, and that was the formation of the Miko Motorsports JK Tyre Racing and Karting Academy. From there on, we created a system for boys and girls who come into the academy, develop the skills, and then they needed a platform to race competitively. The JK Tyre National Racing Championship, which probably is in its 16th year as of now, and before the National Championship started, JK was supporting all the club races. So there was a platform for these young boys and girls who went through the programs in the academy to get into national racing. We actually started the National Racing Championship first and then started the Karting Championship after that. So this was the structure that worked for JK and Miko. which you can see from the results that the championship has gone on from strength to strength. The karting championship today has more than 7 teams participating in the championship, and there are more than about 60 to 65 drivers competing in the karting championship from all over India and from different age groups, starting from 7 going on to about 24 to 25.
17 years ago, JK Tyre took an important step forward and introduced the next level of racing to enthusiasts to graduate up to. With the launch of a single-seat racing series, the JK Tyre Racing Championship. Comprising multiple categories that have evolved over the years, the JK Tyre Racing Championship has become India's premier and only national racing championship for drivers aiming at Formula car racing. The dream was big, but the beginning was humble. After supporting India's only international motorsports event through the 1980s, the Himalayan Rally, JK Tyre formed its own rally team in 1993 to participate in the National Rally Championship and went on to win 7 seasons in a row.
Well, Himalayan was my first rally as such. The first time I actually got into motorsport or rallying, and it was an eye-opener for us. As far as me and my navigator were concerned, we were started 78th. I think that was my number for the start order, and by the end of it, we were 6th overall and 4th in the Indian category, which was a huge achievement. And not many people believed that this was possible because overtaking a lot of the experienced guys all along the way, going up to the mountains and even downhill. So that was the beginning of my rallying career.
The man better known as the Gypsy King, Hari Singh, gave this man a gypsy and he will take it to heights that any movie star would not even think of.
Well, those were the days that nothing could go wrong. Used to get into the car, drive like as if I was driving normally and still win a rally, I mean, so everything fell into place. The youth was in me, the adventure was in me. Those were good days which I remember and enjoyed every moment of them.
JK Tyre Motorsport saw the potential in this young man and showed faith in him, and he did not disappoint them, winning his 5th title on the trot from 1993 to 1997.
Well, I can say I've been a very fortunate person who turned his hobby into a profession. So I was the first professional rally driver in the country, where I had to just fly into a venue, into a city, go rally and come back home, and everything else was taken care of by JK Tyre, which was emerging as a very big company for motorsport at that time.
To popularize this form of the sport, JK Tyre invested a lot in many fun and tasty events. These events are annually run in Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Patna, Jaipur, Chandigarh, Indore, Mysore and Cochin.
It's amazing because India was always famous for outdoor events and especially rallying, because nowhere in the world you have this arrangement where in 500 kilometers you can travel from plus 40 degrees to minus 30 degree temperature. In 500 kilometers you can go from Run of Kutch to the coastal highways in this country. You can go into the forest in Madhya Pradesh to Rishikesh. It's amazing, the terrain and everything that we have in this country. Nowhere in the world is there. That's why we started, this country started with rallying as the main focus. And Himalayan Rally obviously was a star at that time because it was a renowned event. And thereafter, and even today, if you notice, most of us who are today either the custodians or are practicing motorsport, we are all prodigies of that huge event that took this country by storm in the 80s.
From rallying to karting, it was a calculated progression for JK Tyre. The JK Tyre National Karting Championship offered a real boost to the efforts the company undertook in taking the sport to the masses. JK Tyre introduced karting in 1997 and patronized tracks in 7 cities across India, and thereafter developed a karting series in 2000 with the precise objective of infusing young talent into the sport. Starting out with 4-stroke karts for beginners, the concept of regional rounds culminating in the National Go-Karting Championship was introduced for the first time in the country.
It's very simple because the entire program was tailor-made for Indian pockets. Right from our karting days, we were very, very clear what is it that you're going to spend. And we knew that today 100 rupees was a good figure for anyone to start their entertainment. I'm talking about 12 years back. This is the amount of money actually a sportsman has started his life from, and they are today doing world-class events in GT championships, and I can name so many of them. But this was our mantra. We stuck to our guns, and we have maintained. We still have the cheapest form of karting available in this country. We still have the lowest entry-level money that you have to spend in 2-stroke karting, and you can actually run a Formula car powered by 1300cc engine for 10,000 Indian rupees, which is even less than $200. So this is the kind of infrastructure that has been created, and we take pride in this whole process.
JK Tyre took another leap forward and in 2005 introduced 2-stroke Rotax kart engines and launched the JK Tyre National Rotax Max Karting Championship. The winners of the JK Tyre Rotax Max National Karting Championship are selected to represent the country at the Rotax Max Worlds Final held every year. Drivers like Armaan Banerjee, Aditya Patel, Vishnu Prasad, Parth Ghorpade, Raj Bharat, Jehan Daruwala and Arjun Maini have represented the country on the international stage through this route.
Yeah, well, I started in 2003 actually when JK and Nico had actually brought the Rotax carts down for the first time in coalition with City Karting to Bangalore. To start off with, when you start karting, I think India is quite solid. We've got a very good foundation for kids who want to start with motorsport to get a feeling of it. We've got very good training programs. We've got a very good rookie championship, which progresses on to the Rotax Max, the JK Tyre Rotax Max National Championship. So, you know, if kids want to get started off, there are not many hurdles. They just have to get in a kart and, you know, prove themselves. And if they can do well in, say, these training programs, they get a scholarship on the rookie championship. When you want to start racing, if a kid wants to start at the age of 8 or 9, he has a very good foundation, and that's all that matters.
JK Tyre had worked tirelessly to develop and guide the racing series to its premier status, and is the only revered launchpad for budding motorsports talent in the country. From its modest beginnings with single-seater 800cc engines, transforming into Formula LGB cars, along with Group N saloon cars, and consolidating it over the years, the championship began to engage bigger Formula cars in 2006. The 1.6-litre Chevrolet-powered Formula Roll-On became the first single-seater racing car with a wing. In 2011, JK Tyre took a giant leap and made the biggest announcement in the history of Indian motorsport. The company took over the Formula BMW Asia Pacific Series and rechristened it as the JK Racing Asia Series. The company today proudly boasts of being the first Indian corporate house to buy an FIA-accredited racing series. The JK Racing Asia Series is the only junior formula that provides a unique platform to drivers to compete in front of the who's who of the motorsports fraternity in the world. The series had a lineup of drivers from all corners of the world, including the Asia Pacific and Europe. In its second edition, the series made its maiden entry into the world's most renowned circuits of Europe and was run alongside historic events like the Spa 24 Hours, Blancpain Durance Series and British GT Lamborghini Super Trofeo, to name a few. The series also ran as a support race to Formula One in Malaysia, Singapore and India. The JK Racing Asia Series follows in the footsteps of JK Tyre's core principles, since the event has been designed to derive optimum value. This has put in place a systematic platform for youngsters to hone and showcase their skills. Thus, a complete tier has taken shape, offering gradual upgradation from Rookie Cup to National Karting to racing the JK India Series, Formula 3 GP and so on to higher levels of racing. Despite raising the bar each time, the JK Tyre Racing Championship remains the most cost-effective program. Similar racing championships anywhere in the Asian region would cost a driver over 1 crore rupees. But the JK TRC remains the most cost-effective program not only in India but also in the world.
It's such a great opportunity for these young drivers, and I think that's what we're trying to do, is give them an experience that they haven't had before, and that will help them in the future.
The most remarkable addition to the racing categories to the JK Tyre Racing Championship has been the JK Tyre Volkswagen Polo Cup India. In 2010, the Polo Cup marked its debut in India in the 13th edition of the JK Tyre Racing Championship. The One Make, One Car Polo Cup was organized keeping in mind the touring car school concept of Volkswagen. The series has been running successfully in countries like the USA, China, South Africa and Denmark. JK Tyre gave a rousing welcome to its international partner by successfully organizing the inaugural round of the Cup on 30th May 2010 at a street circuit at Bolivadi complex in Pune. 20 drivers celebrated their world debut at the Polo Cup India as part of the JK